and I am very excited about our showdown here, and a little bit nervous, but I actually feel like this is going to go really well. My strategy is to focus on the very first thing, which is the crown row, and have that, I think, be really solid, because from there you can really build out what kind of drops you're going to do. So focus on making a really good crown row and then kind of keep it simple. I think I'm going to go for a simple drops, and as time moves on, kind of see whether or not I can add more embellishments a little bit later and kind of tie on new pieces. So that is my strategy. My goal is to really just have a completed ornament, because this is going to be exciting. So yeah, can't wait to see what everybody else does too. Yay!
Hey, I am Richard Swanborg with Design and Adorn. I am going to start out with a belly band. I am going to stretch the belly band around the mid-span of the beaded ornament. I'm not going to do a straight belly band. I'm looking to do a zigzag belly band using right angle weave. And then I'm going to have my crown row that will swoop down to the belly band and back up. And at the base of the belly band, I'm not sure if I'm going to do just straight drops going straight down, or if I'm going to do swoops going down. Swoops are a little bit faster. I know time is going to be my enemy here. I'm going to need to bead very quickly. Right angle weave is one of my go-to beading weaves. I love to do it. It's a great way to get some length really quickly. I think I can get that belly band banged out very fast. I'm shooting to have the belly band done in about an hour or so. And then I'll do the crown row, do my swoops, do my drop downs. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I expect it's going to be beautiful, and I am hoping to win this year.
So I'm actually kind of nervous. We were allowed to sort our beads out, so I started doing that. I pulled the bugles out. I really, really, really want to use the bugles, because the bugles are they're just a unique shape, and I really like them in ornaments. But I don't have a ton of them. And the thing with bugles is that if you do a lot of like intricate work at the crown, that can take a long time. And it can also set you up where you have to have a lot of points in each row. And I'm really concerned about getting the ornament finished. I don't know. So what's the plan? What is the plan? That's a great question. I don't know if I have a plan. I just keep thinking about the crown row, right? So like, what's my multiplier? I was originally thinking I was gonna do a fire polish and 8 alternating pattern, because I know that with 24 total beads in that pattern, that'll fit nicely around the crown. And then I could go on like a base 6, base 8, base 4. I don't want base 4, that's terrible. I was really kind of hoping to do like maybe like a base 5. Obviously the fewer iterations of the pattern, the faster it goes. So I don't know, well, obviously I can't do 5 if I do 24 in the top row, so maybe I'll do, I don't know, I can do a thing with, I could do 11s, 8s, and 6s. I do have all of those available to me, and then I can get a base 5. I don't know. I really don't know. Oh my gosh. I haven't actually like made a new ornament at all this season. I'm kind of freaking out. But I have to put on like a brave face, like, yeah, I can do it. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. We're gonna have a few minutes of like design time first where we can sketch it out, and I'm hoping a plan will just like coalesce there, like in my brain on the paper. I don't know. We'll see. not going the way I planned. So we had our plan session at the beginning and I sketched everything out. I made plans. And then where did they go? So I was supposed to do a base 6 with the bugles, and I built my crown row. That went fine. And then I started doing the bugles, and I'm like, well, I need to like go through a bead, right? You can just like go up and then like immediately back up. So you can, right? You can. I could do like a brick stitch thing, but I didn't. I'm like, well, let's just like let's just do like a space bead here and leave a fire polish in between. All right, cool, looks nice. But then I'm at base 4. I said I didn't want to do base 4, right? I don't want base 4. I want at least 5. So all right, cool, no problem. I can have them overlap, right? So my eventual plan is to have like overlapping swoops. So I can just like start from the top. That'll be really cool. But I kept messing up the order that I'm picking up my beads in. Like sometimes I would pick up an 11 at the beginning of the bugle sequence, and sometimes I would forget it. And then one time I like picked up an 11 right next to the 8 in the middle, and and when I saw that it was just 1, I'm like, all right, whatever, Rebecca, it's fine. Just leave it. And then I saw that other one that was like in the middle, and that was gonna like mess up subsequent drops. And then yeah, so I ripped out like a bunch, and then didn't have to go all the way back to the beginning. So I have 4 done. I've got this, and now I'm trying to do like an overlap layer on that. That's where I am, and I'm just like, wow, why did I even take 30 minutes to plan this stuff out at the beginning if I wasn't gonna do it? But here I am. This is what's happening.
So far, I've had to make one change in my plan. I was originally planning to do a right angle weave. I decided that I was going to do specifically a crystal tennis bracelet design, something similar to the crystal tennis bracelet everyone knows and loves, where you have the right angle weave with the embellishment along the top as you go. What I was planning to do was I was going to do a zigzag pattern where it goes down, up, down, up. It wasn't really panning out the way I wanted. It was taking too much time, I found, to do the zigzag pattern. So instead of doing the zigzag, I decided that I was just going to do a straight crystal tennis bracelet around the belly to serve as my belly band. It's going to be beautiful, embellished, and then I'm going to do arches both above and below using millimeter fire polish. I'm using across the top of the band in addition to the 4mm crystals. I found the 4mm fire polish was just a little bit too big. It threw off the weight of it. So I decided to save the 4mm for later. I'm going to do those somewhere else in my pattern, and I'm going to use the 3mm with a size 15. So once I finish going all the way around, I've calculated out my time. It looks like I'm about 2 minutes for each one of the loops in the crystal. I think that that's doing pretty good. I need to make 9 inches total. I'm at about 2 inches right now, so I'm really looking forward. I think that my plan is going to work very well. This also allows me a lot more flexibility in it, whereas with the zigzag pattern, I would have had each tip brought up to the top. This way, I don't have to bring each tip up to the top. Instead, well, there are no tips. Instead, I'm going to be able to pull off of it at strategic locations. So I am excited. Things are going well, and I am hopeful that I will have the best design once all is said and done.
So far, not particularly great. I have a crown, but any type of planning or drawing that I did really hasn't kind of come to any actual design. A lot of the issue, I think, sometimes when you're drawing out a design is not actually being able to see how it's going to physically lay on the ornament. So I started trying to do what I wanted initially, and it doesn't look particularly great. So kind of been ripping out most of what I've done. Yeah, well, I'll just kind of continue just trying to make some sort of base structure, I guess, and if I have time, I will try to embellish it more and more. But at this point, I think I'm just going to try to simplify even more and just make something that I know will at least lay nicely on the ornament instead of looking very jagged and angly. So yeah, nothing particularly complicated here. So hopefully making more progress later on. Okay, so kind of not what I had planned at all, but hey, that's how this works. So this is what I have so far. Making little drops. It's definitely going in a direction I hadn't planned on. But honestly, I like it. I'm not 100% sure about what's coming after this bit, but I'm at least making progress in some sort of direction, so we're just gonna take it as a win. Yeah, honestly, that's kind of where I'm at. I think it's gonna look good, but whatever kind of plan I had initially, that definitely went out the window very early on. So we're just playing it by ear at this point. So again, this is kind of what I got so far. A little bit of a band a drop starting to come down. Probably doing some swoops, more drops. Really not sure where I am time-wise either because again, change of plans. We'll see. just keep stitching, so fingers crossed I finish something.
This is absolutely not at all what I planned. I'm still optimistic about what this is going to turn out as. I was able to get my double layer bugle crown embellishment, and I was messing around with doing, I don't know, I wanted to do like a ladder drop off of here, but ladder is really a lot cleaner with cubes. I don't have any cubes, and I was trying it with the 8 rounds and they were like really slipping. I'm like, all right, well, maybe I can do herringbone, but what I wanted was to have that as a point to attach like layers and layers and layers of swoops, and it just wasn't happening. So I'm like, all right, you know what? I don't need it. I'm just gonna like start swooping here. I don't know that this is my longest swoop on there. I kept like scouring my kit. I'm like, where are the size 11 bronze? There aren't any. There aren't any in the kit. I put together the kit, so I guess I can't complain about that, but I really wish I had some. So I'd use 15s, which take forever to count, right? Because I got like 40 on each side before the crystal. I'm not even like all the way around once on this. But anyway, the plan right now is to keep going with the swoops. So I'm in like a 4-4-4, right? So I have like, it's 8 total is my base, but they're on 2 different layers. I'm gonna like see how this goes. I think in the end, the general concept is just gonna be lush layers of swoops. That's what I'm going for. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of swoops, all like on top of each other, like going like, you know, one and then the other one. So from one point, don't go to the next point, skip it and go one over. And that was one thing that I actually had in my my notes at the beginning. So I don't know. I think it'll be pretty cool. I do love that crystal down there. That's awesome. Yeah, let me take this off the little tape here that I was holding down with. This isn't super long, so I'm probably gonna need to do more layers, and that's just like a race against the clock, right? How many layers can I do before I run out of time? I don't know. We'll see.
I am really pumped, really excited. I just finished adding thread. I am getting started On going or finishing off my main belly band, you can see it here. You can see the crystal tennis bracelet taking shape. I'm trying to decide where I'm going to go next. Am I going to go up? Am I going to go down? Obviously, I've got to reinforce the crystal tennis bracelet. I'm going to go down the sides, putting in the size 15s along the length in order to cinch everything up, get it nice and tight. It is right about the correct length. I just have a few more beads to go. I just added all that thread. So I'm back to that stage. And yeah, I am really pumped, really excited. I am looking forward to how this is going to turn out. I'm liking my colors, so it is a lot of fun. There's a lot going on, but I think it is going to be spectacular. And I am really excited with how it is turning out. Time is progressing. You can see I've got my belly band, I've got my top ring. I'm going to start doing the embellishment from the top down to the belly band. It's going to start out with some swoops going around, and eventually it's going to swoop down and join up with this belly band. You can see my ornament is starting to come together. I am very happy with my color scheme. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do for my swoops. That is the next step in mine, is this upper portion from the top ring down here. I then will be doing the bottom part, which will be V's and dangles, I think. Overall, I think it's going well. I was correct in knowing that time would be my enemy. Doing the lattice work here took a lot more time than I had anticipated. I'm glad I made the change to my design rather than doing the zigzag, going to just the straight. So overall, I am really excited. I am looking forward to seeing how this turns out. I hope you guys are excited too.
Okay, so update. I am making more progress. I have more of my drops. I'm almost done with the drops, so that's a big chunk of it, and then it's going to be just doing swoops, and I think they're going to be pretty straightforward in terms of kind of connecting one drop to the other and just swooping them, probably going different lengths. I think that's where we're at right now. I was so close. Almost there, finishing all these drops, so that's pretty good. I think there's still more that could be done, and I might have the time to do it, and if I do, then I'll add some more. But my big thing is now just making the swoops, so that way it just looks like, a completed piece. And if I can add more to it, I definitely am gonna try. But so far I think it's going pretty well. It's definitely a different design than what I thought. But you roll with it, so I think it's gonna end up pretty cool. So yeah, that's where we're at, and just keep stitching. Ta-da!
Okay, I'm really excited now. I made it all the way around. My first round of swoops. Oops, I'm gonna get a piece of tape off of there. Alright, so check that out. I have 3 layers of swoops all the way around off of my bottom layer of the bugle crown. So I still have these guys, right? So I'm gonna do another triple layer of swoops, right? Whoop, de whoop, do do do. On top of that, that's gonna look awesome. And if I run out of time there, this will be cool, right? It'll be very pretty lots of layers, lots of swoops. If I have enough time, and I'm not sure yet, just depends on how quickly I can get this done, then maybe we'll build off of these crystals and I can do more swoops. So I think it's pretty. I think it's really coming together. I don't know if this is the ornament color that I'm going to put it on when I'm all finished. We didn't have to pick our ornaments before we started, and we have a ton of different colors to choose from. So I don't know. I don't have to worry about it yet. Like I like the matte gold. That's very pretty, but I also think we might have like a matte turquoise. I want to check that out too. So I don't know. We'll see. I like it. Moving right along.
Adding different swoops at this point. It still looks kind of on the simple side, but again, I think the big goal here is to have a completed ornament, so that's what I'm going for. Trying to hold this up so you can see. Yay, it's in frame. Okay, so yeah, so this is what we're looking at with some of the swoops in. I've got a swoop in progress. But yeah, and I'll do just some last minute touches, I think, in terms of embellishing the top just a little bit more. Because I do have negative space and I wanted to have some, but I wanted there to be some wiggle room so I could do an embellishment. So that's what I'm gonna do, I think, with this space right here. So I think finishing up some last swoops and then doing maybe some little drops. But yeah, it's a pretty straightforward thing. This the drops took a little bit longer than I had planned for originally, but then again, my original plan was very different than this. So, you know, you make it work as you go. So, yeah, that's where I'm at. So, I think I can get this finished up and it'll look pretty cute. So, I'm pretty proud. And yeah, we'll see.
During our last round, I was going to do, like I said, the double layer swoops over it, but it ended up being, it was too busy. It was too much. I think it would have worked out okay if I had been doing like both layers at the same time, but I didn't want to tangle my thread. I thought I would be able to go faster if I did all the bottom swoops first and then build on top of that. But since I was only doing the bottom layer, I'm like, oh, this is kind of boring. Let me like put this pattern in, and then when I put another layer on top, I'm like, that's kind of busy. So I ripped it out, and I ripped out like a half hour's worth of work, and then I did these instead. I like this. So I got this little drop guy with the bicone. I did that off my top layer, and then I'm in the process of doing more of those, and then I think I'm going to connect the one swoop to another swoop, just like maybe like halfway up there. I think that'll be it, and then I think we'll be done. We're almost out of time, so I gotta think about, you know, what can I do to just like finish it up, make it look, you know, complete and pretty, and resist the temptation with like remaining time to like put on more, right? Because at some point it's done, right? Enough is enough. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'm excited. I really like the crystals on there. It's fun.
So I have been working on doing the top netting So this is the upper portion. You can see it's bulging in a couple of spots. As I finish this off, it should get it to drop down a little bit. That is at least the goal of it. So gotta make sure that it's nice and loose enough so that it isn't sticking up in funny ways. Let's see if it can zoom in on it. No, I think that is causing it to have weird conniptions. Oh, actually if I pull it back here, that works. Very good. So I have my netting going in place. I'm almost finished. I'm going to finish off this row, and then the next step is to connect my netting from the top to the belly band. Now the reason I started out with the belly band is because the belly band is the most time-consuming piece. But with the belly band complete, I'll connect the netting to the belly band, and then all that'll be left is the dangles at the bottom. So it's going to have some dangles that hang down. If you have seen the Cleopatra, it'll be similar to that. And that is where we're gonna go next. I am excited. It is so close to being done, and I am loving how it is coming out. I hope you all love it too. I have to take out a bunch of beads because I forgot to stitch it up to the top.
Hurry.
There's a limit to how much hurrying I can do, honey.
I believe in you. I'm just trying to finish up this last bit and do some tying off. So, oh. Would you like to put the camera on my nose while you're
This is it! I did it! I think it's really pretty. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I decided on burgundy for the ornament. I ended up putting some crystal dangles and then one more row of just a nice bronze swoop at the bottom. I think it's very pretty. I like how it turned out with the bugles up at the top. So there we have it. I finished about 30 minutes early, which was great because then I got to eat my sandwich and some blueberries for a snack. So that was good.
Okay, so this is my big reveal. Ta-da! This is my ornament. Gonna bring it a little bit closer there to see. Do. So, yeah, so I was able to finish off all my little swoops, add some fun bike cones for some extra sparkle at the bottom, and I was able to add a little bit, you know, of some few more drops. Again, adding just a little bit more sparkle to the ornament. So overall, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I've made quite a few of these different ornaments, but I haven't really actually designed one like start to finish, and this was definitely a challenge, but it was a lot of fun, and I'm pretty happy with actually how it turned out. It's cute and it's sparkly, so yeah, I really like it, and ta-da! I don't know, I'm just excited. So that was a lot of fun, and I definitely have, I don't know, some new plans and designs in mind for what I can do next time. So we'll see.
So this is it. This is the finished ornament that I created. I don't really have a name for it, but As you can see, the belly band is down at the base. It allows tension to go up into the top, pulling down all of that netting up above. I've got the top linked down to the bottom. Right here was that linking that I just finished. And you can see the dangles hanging below it in order to give it a little bit of length and elongate the entire piece. So it was so much fun to put these together. It had a lot of stress. There were a couple of spots where I had to take out a lot of the beads, put them back in, where I would make mistakes, make quick changes to the design as I was working. But overall, I think it was a huge success. I love what I came up with. I hope somebody wins it who will really love it and enjoy it. So, and of course, it will go to a good cause. So come out, vote for my design. And I believe that Rebecca will be auctioning these off. And I hope that mine brings in a lot for the charities. So thanks everybody for watching. I hope that you had a great time as well. And we look forward to seeing you in the new year. Bye.